Before moving here, my impression of Ireland was leprechauns, pots of gold. But when I came here, it was daily life, just like any other country. Everybody's helpful. In other countries, there's racism against everybody, really. But in Ireland, there's like less. I mean, no place is perfect.
If you're an Irish person, that's up to you to decide. I can't tell you if you're Irish or not, nobody else can. Being Irish doesn't necessarily have to come down being fluent in the Irish language or enjoying Irish culture. A lot of people from different countries, they don't feel fully Irish. They feel at home in Ireland, but at the same time, they don't feel fully at home.
I've spent all my life living in Ireland, but both my parents are Bulgarian, and I don't feel fully Irish because of that, but I don't feel fully Bulgarian either, because when I go there, I'm not the same as all the other adolescents that are over there. I don't feel fully at home anywhere I go.
My Somali friends, you know the way they're Muslim and they have to wear the headscarf around their head? They were saying that when they first came here, people thought they were terrorists and they were kind of scared to even walk beside them or just walk past them.
I find a lot of times you'd have to assimilate before you're accepted. It almost feels for a lot of people that you almost need to have twin personalities, like schizophrenic almost. People would have to sort of act Irish just to sort of mix.
I do think that there is some racism in the country. The Irish culture is sort of adopting some of the different countries' cultural views, whereas a few years ago we were just strictly Irish.
I even have it in college now, like I do Irish, and the people from Connemara sit at the back of the class and the Dubs are at the front, and they don't mix, you know, so it's not the most inclusive culture, I don't think, but I think it's getting so much better because people are travelling and sharing and learning from other cultures.
Irish people are quite close-knit in like smaller villages. Everyone knows each other and everyone's very close, and I think maybe that's harder for people from outside countries to come in and then experience that. But at the same time, I think people do try. I think trying is the operative word.
This girl in my class, whenever I bring like some Indian food to school or something, she always wants to try it, and in the end she's eaten half my lunch. But when you first come, it's kind of scary and you don't know what to do, you have no one to talk to. If you join into the culture and all, it's like you're Irish. But say if you're from another country like me, I just feel Indian because that's where I'm from and my family is.
You're only really going to feel, you know, the love for the culture and those kind of things if you're accepted by that culture. If you have somebody who comes over from a different culture and is constantly bullied, it's going to be very hard for them to relate to that culture. It's going to be hard for them to kind of feel belonging in that culture. So if somebody coming to Ireland felt like that, well then they're never really going to relate to it and they're never really going to call Ireland their home.
I know a lot of people from different countries here, but I got actually the same replies for them saying that they were also welcomed. They really like it here and they don't want to even come back. I even asked them, would you ever come back to Lithuania? Did I say, no, I really like it here.
If you close yourself off from the people, that means people can't see the real you. And it's not that you don't deserve to belong in Ireland, but you don't belong in Ireland in the sense that you have no belonging there. It's very difficult anywhere to operate by yourself, because if you exclude yourself, you will eventually find yourself suffering, struggling, finding it hard to deal with anything and everything.
I think I am Irish by now, because I act Irish. It doesn't matter where people come from, you can be Irish. We feel Irish because everyone makes us feel Irish.
Underage drinking is quite big and it's really shockingly so, but if you're not interested in that kind of aspect of Irish culture, it is really hard. The Irish people can be quite lazy. It's because they've lived here their whole life, they just think that they don't need to work as hard.
People who come here from another country work harder because they see the opportunities here and they want to take them when they can. In my class there might be a few people who don't really get on with them. It's just a small group and I'm not sure really why, because it doesn't really make a difference.
If we didn't have the blonde one who puts on our makeup, or if we didn't have the half-caste girl who says, oh, I'm black, I'm white, oh, I'm different, we're all the same, it'd be boring, we wouldn't have a difference, we'd be just not unique in our own way.
One of the biggest traits that we have is that we're so welcoming. And now the tide has turned and we're moving to other countries like, the US or Australia or even Poland to look for jobs. So it's as well for us to, you know, be kind in order for them to be kind to us.
One guy from Korea, he had Korean sweets. They were really nice, and the difference between what they think is sweet and what we think is sweet is so different. Why can't we just adapt and take on some of their culture instead of, we're Irish, we like the way we are.